June 6th at 8:48 a.m., we have a new moon in Gemini at 16 degrees. Feeling the vibes the heaviest are my mutable signs. That's my Gemini, of course, Virgo, Sagittarius, and Pisces. Especially if you have anything around 13 to 19 degrees of a mutable sign, especially Gemini. What are the vibes? Curiosity, learning, new experiences, new friends, and maybe even some new love. Let's go. These are all themes. We'll have a Gemini stellium in the sky. It's a party of Gemini planets. Big Gemini energy. The sun, moon, Mercury, Venus, and Jupiter are all in the sign of Gemini. A new moon is when the sun and moon are in the same sign at the same degree. So we just talked about that. The sun is at 16 degrees in Gemini. The moon is at 16 degrees in Gemini. But guess what? Venus is also at 16 degrees, the planet of love and relationships. So it's a threesome. Venus is fresh off that Cazimi on June 4th. Venus enters the heart of the sun and Venus is reborn. All right. It's rebooted. It's a new cycle for your values, your relationships, and your money. Let's go. Maybe you even want a new look, especially if you're Gemini rising, because Venus is associated with beauty. At the new moon, we set our intentions. It's a new beginning. It's a clean slate. So we look to the Gemini area of our chart and we see where we can be more curious, more flexible, more adaptable, and open to new experiences. How can we communicate better? These are all things to ask yourself around this new moon. Do you need to spend more time with your friends and your siblings? Do you need to get to know your neighbors? Do you need to read more? Do you need to sign up for a reading challenge or take an online course? Do you need to network? Go to that professional mixer. All right, go. Because Gemini rules reading and writing, manifest the old school way. Write your intentions down on paper. Mercury is the ruler of the moon, and Mercury is in Gemini. It's at home. So the power of your words and thoughts are so strong. What does Erykah Badu say? Put it down on paper and watch ish get real, okay? There's some sweetness and a little sourness to this new moon. The sugar before the salt, of course. Mercury, the planet of communication, is forming a conjunction to Jupiter, the planet of luck. This is saying go big or go home. We've got more thoughts, more ideas, more opportunities, more. How do you like it? Jupiter brings optimism and Mercury is our thoughts. We feel confident about going after the things that we want. Jupiter is forming a trine to Pluto, the planet of power in Aquarius. A trine is a flowing aspect. We love a trine. Pluto is retrograde, so the power is more internal. How can you reclaim your personal power? Jupiter is supporting your empowerment and transformation with its optimism and wisdom. I like these two planets together. Pluto can be kind of tough and rough, but Jupiter is softening that energy. We have the hope and faith to transform our lives. Let's go. The North Node is in Aries at 13 degrees and the South Node is in Libra at 13 degrees, right? Opposite, that's what happens. So there's a sextile, another harmonious aspect forming with the Gemini stellium in the sky and the nodes. So there could be new opportunities, new meetings, new encounters, new situations that feel destined and fated and push you closer to your higher path and purpose. Yes, we feel encouraged to seek out what is seeking us. Now for the salty. Saturn, the planet of restriction, is in Pisces at 18 degrees. Saturn is forming a square to the sun, moon, and Venus in Gemini. You already know the drill. Squaring up for fights. There's tension, friction. These are energies that have to learn how to coexist. The Gemini energy is probably saying, launch the business, confess your love to that new boo, start that art project. But Saturn is saying, wait, hold up. You're not ready yet, homie. We need a plan. Maybe you didn't finish your last project. Maybe you have some kind of commitment or obligation. Maybe there's some more structure that's needed. All right. What is it? What something is holding you back? Only you know for certain. Maybe you're already in a relationship and you got to break up with the one you're with before you start getting into another relationship. Maybe you want to travel, but you can't get time off. Think blocks, delays, obstacles when it comes to love, relationships, and your desires. Money too. Overall, I do like this moon for connecting with new friends, ideas, and opening up your mind to new experiences. Let's go. So if someone asks you to do something, say yes. What was that Shonda Rhimes book? A Year of Yes, Do That. Fun fact, she's a Capricorn gal. Let's get into the horoscopes. Aries, break out the podcast, Mike Rams. It's time to share your knowledge with the world. What starts off as you just shooting the ish could end up being a lucrative venture for you. This is a great time for you to teach a class or enroll in a course, write that book, or at least start the outline because it is Gemini season. If someone asks you to speak on a panel, don't overthink it. You got this, say yes. You may feel a bit more introverted and a little fearful. Even the bravest of hearts get scared from time to time. Connecting with your community can be helpful and bring you out of your shell. Your everyday life could get some new characters, or maybe an old cast member pops back up. Oh Lord, it could be a friend, sibling, or neighbor. Have some fun. Take a quick weekend trip. Meet up with friends. The people want to hang out with you, Aries. Aries mantra for the Gemini new moon. My thoughts are important and worth sharing. Taurus, new opportunities to make money are popping up left and right for you, bulls. Not every idea that comes your way is a good idea, though, so make sure you use discernment before committing to selling Herbalife. No shade to Herbalife. What about those natural talents? Put your writing and speaking skills to use. Taurus rules the voice. Yes. Ever thought about doing voiceovers? It's something to look into. Maybe you take your talents to the internet. ASMR is a popular niche. It's a lot of money in that. Or start a TikTok doing food reviews. You're always eating anyway. Shade, no shade. Write down what you want, come up with a plan, and put it in motion. Don't worry about what your friends think, because if they're not supporting your new goals and aspirations, are they really your friends? All right. Maybe it's time to switch up your circle. It's okay to let some connections go that are not promoting your growth and development. Taurus mantra for the Gemini new moon. I welcome new ideas and new income streams. Gemini, it's a new moon and a new you, twin. You're ready for that cut and color, that new fit, or even a new outlook on life. You may find yourself rethinking your dreams and questioning what you really want out of life. Lucky Jupiter is giving you the optimism to go after all the things you desire. But let's come up with a plan, okay? We don't want to be all willy-nilly with it. Write down the things that you want, set those intentions, get clear about your vision. Maybe your old career goals are not in sync with your new dreams. It's possible that you feel held back by your job or your day-to-day responsibilities. Finding some kind of happy medium is key. You can't just toss out your obligations and run off to India to teach yoga, or maybe you can't right now. Find a way to honor who you are becoming and your career commitments. Gemini mantra for the Gemini new moon. I am growing and evolving every day. Cancer, it's time to press pause and chill out, crabbies. If you've been working day and night, give yourself permission to rest. You deserve it. Take a break before you burn yourself out. Everybody needs to rest. This is a new cycle for you, and it's time to free yourself of feelings that are less than high vibrational and are keeping you stuck in the past. Don't let your claws cling to people, situations, or things that have passed their expiration date in your life. Tap into your spiritual practices if you need help releasing old emotions. This is a great time for journaling, meditation, yoga, Reiki healing. Maybe break out the oracle cards or get an astrology reading. I do offer readings, Blink and Lio, if you're interested. Now, you could be questioning your beliefs and uncertain about some of your ideals. Maybe you even have a test of faith. It's time to discover what you believe in again. Find the faith, crabbies, and this could come through some kind of spiritual research or even a spiritual course. Cancer mantra for the Gemini new moon. I choose to focus on the present moment and embrace its possibilities. Leo, it's time to tap into your networks, on and offline, lions. Maybe ramp up your online presence and start a meetup or create a Discord that focuses on one of your interests. How can your social circles help you to reach your dreams? New friends could be the key to your career glow up. Stop kicking it with a crew that isn't helping you bring your long-term visions to life. I'm not saying every friendship has to be deep and transactional, but you're the average of the 5 people that you spend the most time around. You may feel a bit afraid of stepping outside of your comfort zone and putting yourself out there, but do it anyway. Maybe it's fear or insecurity holding you back from getting online. Do it anyway, okay? It's time to transform yourself. Maybe you're like, I'm not a social media person. Well, I wasn't either, to be honest, but technology is the future. And how can you embrace it versus leaning away from it? Leo mantra for the Gemini new moon. Wonderful new friends are waiting to meet me in real life and online. Virgo, what do you want professionally, Virgo? Maybe it's more than one thing. Maybe it's not just a single career path for you. Gemini season could have you multitasking and juggling 2 careers. While this sounds a bit chaotic and overwhelming, if anybody can handle it, it's you. Maybe you have your day job figured out, but you start that part-time gig as an organizer. Build up that social media page for your side hustle and use technology like AI to help it run seamlessly. Maybe it's spiritual work that you tap into. You could decide to start reading tarot or offering psychic readings, maybe astrology. Perhaps you have to handle some things in your personal life before you can take on these new endeavors. You have to scale back on some of your obligations to your loved ones or your lover so that you can go after the things you want. Don't be afraid to put yourself first, Virgo. You're always serving others. It's time to serve yourself. Virgo mantra for the Gemini new moon: I follow my passions. Oh, I love that. And so it is. Libra, it's time for new journeys, Libra. It's summer and you're ready to stamp up that passport and travel to a country you've always wanted to explore. Now, if you're like, hey, I got responsibilities and I can't just pick up and globetrot, then look for other ways to expand your mind. You could decide to start a writing project with a goal of getting published, right? Maybe you want to be a published author. Maybe you want to finish your PhD and get your degree, okay? Since you got your degree and you think you know everything, you are ready to learn new things. Maybe sign up for that online class or take a workshop. While you've got all these things you want to do, it'd be hard to just do the same old thing day after day right now. There could be some daily commitments that hold you back from really being able to be free and have the adventures that you're seeking. Try to find fun in your day-to-day life. Libra mantra for the Gemini new moon: I am always learning and growing. Scorpio, open up that heart chakra and share your true feelings, Scorpio. It's time to get vulnerable and even take a relationship to the next level. If it feels like your heart chakra is blocked, then head over to the self-help aisle at Barnes & Noble and pick up The Power of Vulnerability. The only true intimacy is vulnerability. This is also a great opportunity to invest in a new project. This could be putting money into the stock market, or maybe a partner invest in a business idea that you have. If you need to consolidate debt or even take out a loan, tap into this new moon energy for that. Jot down your financial goals and get your partner involved. The couple that saves together stays together. This could also be you utilizing your time to learn something new, investing your time into research or some kind of course. You have the ability to really dig below the surface and absorb information and knowledge during this time. Scorpio mantra for the Gemini new moon: sharing my feelings allows people to know me better so they can love me better. Sagittarius, new love or nah, Saggies, you're like the L word. We don't use that word over here. All your commitment phobias pop up. But you may feel like getting into a more committed relationship, or at least spending more time with your situationship. This doesn't just have to be a boo, okay? If you need a business partner, this is a great time to seek one out. You could find that you connect with someone who really makes a good cohort. Could be some duties at home that you feel put a damper on your social life. Maybe you have to pick up the slack for someone else. Maybe you have more responsibilities, or you have some kind of move or renovation that is happening, and it keeps you kind of close to your house. Could be a family reunion on the same day as that music festival you've been wanting to go to. What do you choose? Maybe you can magically pull off both, but ultimately, what area of your life is more important to you right now? SZA, your priority over your granny. Sagittarius mantra for the Gemini new moon: I am no longer frightened of being in a relationship. Maybe Victoria Monet, but not SZA. Capricorn, it's time to work. But when isn't it for you, Cappies? There could be a new job or a new day-to-day routine on the horizon, while offers to jump on this or that project or join this or that call could come at you left and right. Make sure that you are not biting off more than you could chew. You don't need more work, really, you don't. And don't forget that health is wealth. That hot girl walk or that hot boy walk at dawn as the sun rises is a great idea, okay? Quieting your mind and taking a cyber Sabbath on Saturday could also be just what you need, gang. If you can't do it from sunup to sundown, maybe you just put your phone on D&D for a couple of hours, or you just stop checking your work emails on the weekend. Don't do that, Cappies. If any negative thoughts are keeping you from feeling less than high vibe, it's a good time to work on positive affirmations and release any doubts around your capabilities. You could do it, girl, guy, whatever. They. Capricorn mantra for the Gemini new moon: I am open and willing to live my life in new ways. Aquarius, fall in love with that hobby again, Aquas. What's something you used to do as a kid that brought you joy? Or how about you pick up a new hobby? Something you've never tried before. Pickleball, perhaps? You could meet a love interest while playing pickleball. You might feel like blowing a bag at the casino, and maybe you do hit a jackpot, but keep in mind that eventually the house wins, so try to find other ways to take risks that don't involve blowing your hard-earned cash. That parlay is a long shot. Gamble on yourself. Get back in the studio, drop that mixtape, or break out that camera and start to take photos again or record content. It's a good time to put yourself out there on social media. Now, you could feel like you have a lot going on financially and you're like, I really need to be picking up an extra shift, not a hobby. But what if you could turn something you love into a financial opportunity? It's worth trying. What do you have to lose? Absolutely nothing. Go for it. Aquarius mantra for the Gemini new moon. I live a creative life filled with imagination and curiosity. Yes. Pisces, new addition to the family, Pisces. It doesn't have to be the B word. It could be a pet. If you're single, maybe you want to move in with your new boo. It could be that you've got your eye on a new home or a new living situation, maybe a new city. You might even decide to make some changes to your living space if you feel like it needs to be spruced up. It needs a few tweaks. Break out that paint and add a fun accent wall. Perhaps you have some friends over for a game night. Instead of heading out to dinner or a bar, have everyone bring something and make it a cool kickback. You may feel like the vibes have been kind of heavy and serious AF, and you don't have time for fun, but we all have time for fun. That inbox is overflowing and work is piling up by the minute, but you do need to find a way to relax and have a little joy. You deserve a break, baby. So chill out and spend some time with your loved ones. The workload can wait until after your cookout. Pisces mantra for the Gemini new moon. I create a happy place to live. Oh my God, I did it, guys. Yay! Let me know what you're manifesting for the new moon in the comments.